Hi, how you going?
Good, how are you?
Good,
What's been happening?
I've had a very, very big weekend.
Yeah.
I've had some actually really exciting news come through last night, which I think I have to actually thank you for, because I had a little interview with an establishment that is working with the healings and the sessions that I want to be working in.
Like the exact modality.
The exact modality. And this lady's really keen to.
You can say it, root cause therapy.
Okay, alright, root cause therapy. And so this lady was specifically asking for a root cause therapist, and we met last night and got a job. So 2 clients a week, getting paid exactly what I wanted, exactly, like $10 more than what I was originally anticipating.
Yeah.
And on the 1 day a week that fits in around my other job.
Oh my gosh. So you've got your 3 to 4 clients paid. Literally, we're not even like week, this is week 4.
I know. That's what I thought. I can't wait to tell you. I had this interview like last night at 6 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, you're so good at manifesting. That's amazing.
I've been cracking up all day. I was like, are you serious? Everything lined up beautifully.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I did something a little bit different to what I would normally do. I was meant to have this Zoom interview with her on Friday, but she actually didn't get back to me. So it was all booked in, it was all organised, and I got on my Zoom and I was waiting, and she didn't pop in. And I ummed and ahed about sort of pestering her about it. Like, I was like, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have just ghosted me. And I was like, maybe it wasn't the right opportunity. Maybe this, maybe that. And I was like, no, I want to chase it up. So I sent her a message on the Sunday and sort of said, how you going? Really kindly. I was like, I'm a little bit confused. Did you want to rebook? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I've sent you a message on the Friday saying that I couldn't. Can we reschedule? But I mustn't have sent it.
Oh my god.
So had I not put myself out there to message her back, I would have missed out.
That's amazing, and that's really something that I teach in the course, is that you need to take physical action sometimes.
Yeah, it's not something.
It was inspired action. It wasn't something you normally did.
It's not something It's not something I'd normally do. I'd be like, oh well, it wasn't meant to be, or she's hired someone else and didn't tell me, or she's terrible with communication. I don't want to work there anyway. I would have very easily fallen into that.
Yeah.
But something in me, I'm just like, no, that doesn't feel right. I'll put it out there.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's so good.
I've got my 3 to 4. Paid.
Well, that is amazing. I guess with the reading, obviously it's already come into manifestation, but the other thing with trauma-informed manifesting is being able to manifest something and keep it.
Okay.
So a lot of people can manifest things, but then, and I'm not saying this is you.
I was actually going to ask about this exact thing.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, it was that. It was that. It was just, I know that I can bring things in. But I think I need to work on grounding that in to keep that and make that consistent.
To keep it consistent and not to, and things just, has that happened for you in the past?
It has happened in the past, yeah. So it's, I know that I can bring things in, but hanging on to them sometimes. And I think when I was thinking about, like, I was sitting in this job set this morning, I was like, I hope this isn't, I've brought it in, but for whatever reason, I sort of mess up, or not me mess up.
Sabotage or something falls away.
So I was actually going to ask you about that exact same thing.
Yeah, so there's like really just stages. So the first stage is making the intention of the manifestation. And then what happens is our energy has to calibrate to that. Physical, emotional things have to move out of the way and come in for us to actually allow that into our reality. And so there can be some lag time, for you very short, for some people longer. Average is 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. That's why we do the sessions over 4 weeks.
Yep.
And so then when it comes in, then we receive it. And then sometimes there's parts of us that aren't comfortable with actually having it, because it's like a new thing. And so then we can sabotage it. So the next part is calibrating our energy, making sure our structures, mental, emotional, physical, relationship, all the structures are upholding that, so we can keep with that going and it going even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people, they'll quantum leap like you have. They'll get it and then they'll just crash.
Yeah.
And then they'll like sabotage it or something will go wrong. So yeah, this can really help you to discover how can I restructure to make sure I can uphold it. So that's
fabulous. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll deliver the reading for you now.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else you wanted to chat about or any dumping. No? Okay, cool.
That's all.
Okay, awesome. Alright, cool. So I tapped into your records. It said I got permission from your soul to read your records today, which is great. And I'll just let everyone watching know that, well, the camera's here, sorry. I'm like looking at the wrong spot. That if someone's soul says no, I would explain to her that it didn't let me do it today. I'll try again in a week or two. And it wouldn't if you're busy doing healing work and it's like, don't touch this right now. There's always a reason, so I always ask permission first. Okay, good. And then so in regards to your goal, 3 to 4 paying clients, which you've already got. And then so I just checked in the different areas. So it said your physical body is in 40% alignment with the goal. So it must be like energetically being able to uphold the busyness, I guess. Mentally 70% aligned. Emotionally 70%, and then spiritually 30%, which is really, I found that interesting.
So do I, yeah, okay.
And so then I went into, and I'll email you this information as well. And when I say, when I bring things up, or when I discover something in the records, I try not to put anything that I know about you into it. I just let it come through. So it might come through weird, but I just trust that you'll know what it means. And I also got a few visions as well. So I'll share those with you as well. But if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Whatever it means for you is fine.
Yep.
So to try and increase the alignment so the structures can be upheld. So then it said there's some internal blocks that need to be shifted energetically to uphold. And so with physical, the word that came up was spiteful.
Okay.
So the vision that came through was you kind of angrily working out, like I saw you in the vision.
I've got this really funny image in my head of me. Yeah. That sort of makes sense. So I say a lot. I need to get my physical energy back up, and I should be going to the gym more, and I'd like to get fit up. But I have this old, almost resentment's not the right word, but there was an old person in my life who was very, very toxic, who was obsessed with the gym, obsessed, and from a long, long time ago. So I think I still hang on to some of the emotion from that person.
So there's like an association.
I think so. Yeah, I've never been able to really kind of pinpoint the words, but I've always felt uncomfortable sort of saying I want to work out, or it feels uncomfortable for me to even say that. Get fitter, things like that, work on my sort of even physical appearance. That feels really weird to say. So that would be the only association that I would have to me being spiteful and gym type thing. So that seems to, I guess, marry in.
So sometimes when we have someone in our life that we decide that we don't like, we link that with the things that they did. And so you'll avoid doing that.
I've done that. Yeah, I really think I've done that. Wow. And I really feel like, and I've been trying to figure it out as well, like I don't feel like my physical energy has been on par lately. And it's been kind of starting to annoy me, and I'm sure something like physical exercise would really help with that.
Yeah, so you're rejecting the parts associated with him, so you're like not looking after yourself in that sense. So you've almost got to disconnect that and go, no, I'm worth this. I'm worth looking after myself. I'm not him. I know I'm not him. And I can disconnect those traits. And if you do have like a healing session, if this doesn't shift it, then obviously next time you have a healing session with someone, bring that up. Because it's just saying,
especially if that's coming up
physically uphold this new stuff that's coming in to be able to uphold these clients in the manifestation.
So this just makes that so much more important rather than I want a better booty.
Which it's literally
that's so much more important.
What you want.
That makes so much sense.
And it's saying that you need to change it, so it doesn't just give you that. It says, what do I need to change the energy to? And it's saying leadership.
Oh.
So if you want to be a leader, and what came through for me, and I don't know what's coming through for you, is like, if you want to be doing what you're doing, helping people with their mental health and achieve their goals and to be healthy, I mean, you've got to be a leader in that. You've got to lead yourself to lead them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the energy you've got to come, I'm doing it to be a leader.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And that's sort of a role that I don't think I've ever sort of stepped into fully either.
Yeah.
I've always kind of been, I'm a really good 2IC, and I've always been really, really good and really strong. That's the person behind the leader or the manager or anything else. So it's yeah, I like that. It makes a lot of sense too, because I've never fully sort of embraced that role.
It's kind of similar to like when we opened an addiction clinic. I'm like, well, I've got to stop smoking. Like, I've got to be a leader if I want to uphold having a rehab. Right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. It's not saying that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
It's just saying maybe having that energy will motivate you to do it. Same.
Yeah.
In that role.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Awesome.
Just
All right, cool. And then again, you don't have to remember all this. I'll email this to you as well. So spiritually, it's saying that there's a bit of a misalignment because the word that came through is misguided.
Oh.
So someone's giving you information, and I'm hoping it's not me, just quietly, because me and Lauren know each other outside of this. It could be though, and this is just for you to know, and for whoever gives you advice, for you to internally have filters, it's just saying, there's some misguidance around soul, spirituality, something, the advice that's coming in. So it's not saying exactly. That's when I shut my eyes, it just showed someone giving you advice.
Okay.
And that was it.
Interesting.
And just saying misguided.
Yeah.
And it's saying to change. Oh, sorry, it will go into it deeper because it did give me more information. But it's saying to change the energy to young.
Okay.
And when I asked to see it, it was you kind of jumping around and just real happy. That kind of young, energetic. Yeah. I did get more information actually, so we're going to go down to here. Oh, and it said it's to do with who you're living with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots and lots of sense.
Okay. No need to say more?
No, that's it.
Okay,
that makes
sure.
lots of sense, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool. And then, so the next one is, I check if there's any external blocks to your manifestation, because we do need to take that into account. And so the first one that came up was family. Okay. And the word that came through that it is currently is resourceful. Okay. So it's, and for these ones I didn't really want to ask, but I still always get a little bit of information. So for me, what came through was, maybe you always feel like you have to be resourceful, or like there's a bit of scarcity, so you have to be resourceful. Yeah. Does anything?
I grew up with a very, I always call it old school. So like the old school mentality,
like middle class working.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. So I suppose that would, I guess, relate to a little bit of, I don't know, fear.
So you can't waste stuff. You don't buy. You don't go crazy.
Unless yes. Oh yeah. And like especially if it's like I don't sort of get things that I don't sort of need and things like that, and that probably all of that sort of reminds me of like that little bit of a scarcity mindset as well. Yeah, and it's I think a lot of my family members and what I grew up around was it doesn't matter if you're kind of happy doing what you're doing as long as you bring money in, as long as you're putting things like that. So I'm a little bit of a black sheep. A little bit, and so I've kind of had that more, I kind of go on this path, and I'll just split off and I'll go do my own thing, and everyone's like, what are you doing? This so that's what I'm getting when you mention sort of resourceful and things like that, so that makes sense.
And it's saying that you need to change the energy, and I was just laughing because I don't know how this is going to relate, change the energy to viral.
Okay.
And when I got viral, I think of, and it only goes to the closest word.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many words on this chart.
Okay.
So when I thought of viral, I was like, oh, like she can go viral, like online, she can be seen, she can be big, like that's what kind of came through for me when I looked at that, when that word came through.
Change energy to viral. Well, I think that's what I kind of first thought as well, but I was hoping you'd give me something more specific. I guess so, because I suppose that there is a little bit of a fear to be seen as well. And so that would be a big sort of challenge for me, big time, because I've probably hidden, as I've said, I've done all these safe steps towards all of this, and I haven't kind of been really loud about it, and so that could really sort of potentially sort of be what that is, like it's really started to get my voice out there.
Yes.
And that email that I'm meant to be sending out, that I've nearly finished writing, by the way, nearly finished writing.
Okay, good.
But things like that, it's sort of shifting energy a bit that way.
Being willing to show up for yourself and be a spokesperson for yourself and say, I'm amazing and what I do is amazing.
And be a leader.
And be a leader. Be willing to be a leader.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Rather than
big comfort zone stuff.
Because for you, I feel like you're like, that person's amazing, this method's amazing, I did an amazing job, but I don't feel like you are into openly saying, I'm amazing, come and do this, my program's amazing, my sessions are amazing.
Yeah, big time.
And that's
big time.
And when people, you have to like advocate for yourself. Yeah. Okay, the next one that needed a little bit of work was your relationship.
Okay.
And it just said the energy for it at the moment is tender or tenderness. Tender. Does anything come up for you when I say tender?
Yes. It's probably there was a thing that came up over the weekend, which was just me assuming and not speaking up enough. I'm assuming that I need to be a lot more gentle with my partner than what I probably need to be.
Okay.
So that's what, when you say sort of tender, like I'm being really tender, and so from that, I'm putting my needs kind of second, but I'm speaking a lot more softly than what I should be, and so I had a little bit of actually a realization as to and a bit of a healing over the weekend, sort of coming sort of from that. I wasn't I was being too aware. Or I could have been making up this awareness whatsoever, but it's just I was being quite gentle, I was being quite tender around something that probably didn't even need to be, or I still need to be speaking up a little bit more. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what's coming.
Anything that is draining your energy will cause misalignments. If you're making extra effort outside. Like you can still be like hold space and be empathetic, but you need to be able to feel like you can just
and that's something that I had this big sort of healing around as well, because there's old sort of stuff around that as well, which came to my attention over the weekend too. So
awesome.
It's interesting that's what's come up.
Okay, and would you like to know what it needs to be changed to, the energy to be in alignment?
Yes.
Triumphant.
Oh, okay.
Like, what a word.
Wow, what a word. Change so the energy of my relationship, or my energy within the relationship?
Whatever you think.
Okay.
It's usually more you.
Yeah.
So stop being tender, be more triumphant.
Okay. Okay.
So being loud, being
you know, being you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I checked, does it need a clearing, and it said yes.
Okay.
So I just momentarily jumped into your body and did a clearing, and it said that it's cleared.
Awesome.
You may have a bit of funkiness in the relationship or in yourself in the next in the next few days.
Yeah, that's fine.
So But that should be cleared, and that should feel a bit easier for you.
Awesome.
Because it said it needed me to do a little clearing. I just asked permission, and we did that.
Awesome.
So that's basically the reading. That's it.
That's
so I will
really cool.
email you the results.
Yeah, please.
For that, and if you'd like to have more sessions, then usually I do it month by month. So again, 4 sessions. That's how I do it. You can do one by one if you want, but then we usually wait about a month or 2 until we do another reading and see if this is more in alignment, make sure everything's energetically upholding. What happens is also when we receive our manifestations is that then we're like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And we usually have a new goal.
Yeah.
So that's something you can, if you want to sign up again to do that, you can do that.
Yeah.
And then we can obviously like redo this, and it will be based on your new goals or how you're upholding the current one.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, I'm happy with this for like the next year, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine. And I just want to say that you've just done amazing, and you've just taken this work on, and you've just blown me away. You've just like manifested, like it's incredible. You're incredible.
Thank you.
For what you've done, and I'm so excited that you like. It's actually happened.
I've just been cracking up. I have been absolutely cracking up. It's just for things that are like seemingly really big things to happen within the space of a week and then a couple of weeks. I've been losing it. I've been finding it so funny. And then it's where when you said like the goals might change, I was like, I want more now.
Yeah.
Like,
bring it on.
3 to 4's not enough now. Oh my god. And we were talking 3 to 4 in 3 months.
Yeah. And it is good to let everything settle in.
Yes, of course.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
But you've just smashed it. You've just been amazing. And a pleasure to work with. So I'll send you that. It'd be really good if you've enjoyed the sessions. Like if you could send me a testimonial.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to.
Thank you. Just to inspire others to see if they'd like to do the work.
No, it's been great. I've loved everything about it actually. Yeah, thank you.